I want to say that I loved the movie. I had so much fun watching it. And first, I would love to know what is your favorite part about playing Cassie? Like, what do you really love about this character?
First of all, I'm so happy that you loved the movie. Thank you so much for saying that. My favorite part of Cassie Lang, gotta be the super suit. It's pretty cool. But I really love her and how clumsy she is and what a mess she is. And she has a really big heart and she's brave. So I really think that was awesome. But first time I read the script, I was just like, this girl's just like me. She doesn't know what she's doing, but she's trying. And I was connecting with that.
Yeah, and I love how she's learning how to fight. So, how would you describe this journey of figuring things out for her?
I feel like I was figuring it out along with her. It was my first Marvel movie. I didn't want to mess up. I wanted to make everybody proud. And I think Cassie Lang wants to make her dad proud. She wants to show him that she's capable and she's a hero just like him, but she's really not there yet. She's tripping over herself and she's making mistakes, but I think that's like really endearing. And I think that her father can't help but love it because she just wants to be like him. So that's where it comes from. And it was funny, like in my training, I didn't train to like look good or like change my body. I trained to know how to fall and like take a punch because that's where Cassie's at right now. She's not a cool superhero like Janet Van Dyne, who's like been doing this forever. She's very much out of her element and discovering how to be a hero.
And were there any funny moments when you were like trying to fight? Was there any accident, something like that?
Oh, there's so many accidents. I never fell down or anything like that, but I had to do some really crazy stunts in this movie, and they never really told me what was going to happen when it was really insane. Like one time I had to run through a hallway and I didn't know what was going to happen. So they said action and I just did it. Huge bombs exploding, walls falling, crumbling, like with real walls like exploding behind me. And they didn't tell me. And they were like, if we had told you, I think you would have been too scared. But we knew you could do it. I was like, you're right. I probably wouldn't have done it. So that was kind of funny. Things like that. It's just every day was different.
And since you talk about this relationship between Cassie and Scotty, I mean, what do you think was the biggest lesson that you also learned from Paul Rudd, like playing with him in a movie?
I think the biggest lesson that I learned from Paul Rudd was that it's okay to try things. It's okay to take risks and fail because you don't want to hold back. He told me not to hold back before I started filming the movie. And I think that's just a great lesson for life. Like, you're young, we're young, you get opportunities. You don't want to hold back. You got to like tell everyone you love them. You can't hold back because you might not get the opportunity again. So I finished this movie feeling like I gave everything. I've always wanted this my whole life. I've wanted to be a part of a Marvel movie, and I saw my name in that movie theater and I was right there, Kathryn Newton, and I still don't believe it. But all I can say is that no matter what, I had the best time making this movie and I didn't hold back. So done.
Yes, and for your first Marvel movie, you actually are facing this big, huge villain that is going to be like super powerful in this new phase of the MCU. So, how was for you to kind of play and face this character, and how would you describe him to the audience?
Well, you're right. It's funny. Like this is Cassie Lang's first big debut in the Marvel universe. We've met her before, but this is a brand new version of Cassie. It's a new legacy. She's continuing the legacy and she makes a huge mistake. This is all her fault. And I think it's a really rude awakening. It's one thing to want to be a hero. It's different when you're trying to be a hero and you unlock the largest super villain of all time and it's all your fault. It's a big problem. And I think she really feels that guilt. She feels really guilty. And we get to see that. But I'm excited about Kang. I think he's so good. He's brilliant, and I think villains are really important. You have to understand your villain to be a hero. And Cassie has no idea who Kang is. She's got no idea, which kind of helps her be fearless. I think if she really knew how scary he was, she wouldn't have the same like audacity.
Yeah, and like you said, you kind of unlock this trip to the quantum realm. So, well, how would you describe this place to someone who has never heard of it?
I would describe the quantum realm like going to Oz in the Wizard of Oz. You know, it's a new world with new characters. They're not all scary. Some are really nice and cute. And I would just say that. That's what I would say.
Yes, and at the beginning of the movie, we see that Scott has reading a book called Look Out for the Little Guy. So if Cassie were to follow her father's steps and write a book about her life, or maybe just about this adventure that she had in the movie, what would you think the title would be?
I think the title would be It's Never Too Late to Stop Being a Dick.